Hey all, Hipper here. So, you know my love for, battles with not many players, and if you like that too, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and of course comment. Today I picked a battle that is 5 versus 5, where I happen to play the Yamato. And yesterday I put up a Yoshino video where it was 3 versus 3, and the point I'm trying to make here is that I think these smaller battles here should be a thing in the game. I think you should be able to pick a 1 versus 1 mode, or perhaps a 3 versus 3 mode, or you should be able to adjust the amount of players you want to go up against in a standard battle. And I think that would be relatively simple to implement in the game, and I have suggested a few times to Wargaming, so let's see what happens. I could definitely see the 1 versus 1 becoming a permanent thing in the game. Perhaps not 3 versus 3, but that's okay. I can live with a 1 versus 1. Because I really enjoy these smaller battles here. It changes the whole dynamic of the game, and it makes you have to rethink your usual strategies because you just don't have that many teammates. And it's even better when there's no divisions in the mix, like in this battle here. At least I believe there's no divisions in the mix. There could be one on the red team, actually, of 2 players, now that I think about it. And, having a division on the red team in such a small pool of players here is obviously a big advantage. So we need to make sure that the division can't get the upper hand in this game here. And the Colbert over on the other flank, he really does an admirable job of doing that. And the Alaska here also makes pretty sure that the red team are at a disadvantage right from the get-go. Because I pretty much remove him right there 2.5 minutes into the game. And I don't blame him for pushing, but he pushed too far. He went over the middle of the map, and generally that is a bad idea. Generally here, of course, sometimes it works really well, but in general, you should stay on your own half of the map for a multitude of reasons. But the risk of getting crossfired and targeted by every red ship on the map is just too high when there's still 3, 4, 5 red ships left in the game. So as usual, I am grabbing the A cap right off the bat because this is the most important cap in this map here. If you see me play this map, you see I always do this. If I spawn over here, if I spawn at B, of course I go for B. If I spawn at C, of course I go for C. I mean, I do what I say in my videos here. But A cap is by far the most important cap, because once you have this cap, it's pretty difficult to wrestle it from whoever holds it, because of the whole island here in the middle, which makes it pretty much impossible to do any surprise attacks. Everyone's spotted or sonared or radared, whatever they try to do here. So it's a good cap to grab right off the bat, because it will give you a nice foothold when it comes to tickets. Now in this case here, we're not actually gaining any tickets because I have a Kurfürst inside the cap, and he is blocking my, accumulation of tickets. But that's fine because I'm keeping him busy. 1, he can never leave this cap. If he does, I'll start earning tickets. 2, we also have an Izumo out there on the horizon. So I'm actually preoccupying 2 battleships over here. And they can't really do much. I mean, they can stop me from gaining tickets, but sooner or later, they're going to have to make a move. So that frees up the rest of my team to go for B and C. And it kind of puts a lot of pressure on the 2 battleships over here to actually grab this cap here, especially in such a small battle like this. And that's what I like in these small battles here. Whatever you do in these small battles have a much wider impact than it does when you play in a 9 versus 9. And for example, this Kurfürst here firing too early was a huge mistake. He should have waited another few seconds. He might be able to citadel me there. We were pretty close. But he fired too early, and he gave me the upper hand, and he allowed me to win this flank here, basically. Because now there's just an Izumo left out in the horizon, and he's probably broadside. Yep, there he is. And that puts the red team at a distinct disadvantage. And if you look over at C, the Colbert is also doing an excellent job of holding off the division over there. He's even capping as well, which is I'd say that's quite a feat in a Colbert. I know there's no destroyers in this battle here, but moving in close and capping is pretty risky in that ship. So anyway, we have the Izumo here, and he's like full broadside, and his name is even Captain Potato, actually. So didn't get any citadels at all, but it doesn't matter. We just have to, chase him away from the cap, and then we're going to win on points, because we have 2 caps now, which is excellent, and I'm also encouraging my team there. It's very important. Always do that when someone does something that's awesome. Give a little well done, or that's the way to do it, or whatever it is the commands are. And it all helps the team spirit, so to speak. So I've got the A cap, and as long as I stay broadside, bow on to this Izumo here, nothing's gonna happen. And he's on the run, so that means that we're gonna keep working up the tickets. And really, that's the whole point of these early moves here. Now, the only worry in this game here is the division left over at C cap, because they're unspotted, and I know I only have the Izumo to deal with over here, but a division of 2 players, and I know these players, I know they're good, so that's why I'm a little bit worried that sooner or later they're going to, just come out from whatever they're doing and just absolutely, run all the way through my team without me being able to do anything over here, because I'm the furthest away from them. And I would like to get closer, but as long as I have this annoying Izumo out here, I can't really show broadside and then approach the B cap, which is really what I want to do. So finally, it looks like he's going to actually fight me, and that's what I want, because I don't want to be stuck over here. I've taken the cap. This guy here is pretty much out of the fight. Sooner or later, he is going to take like a nasty broadside like that. And that's also another thing I want to come into here in these smaller battles here. Don't clump up in like if you're 3 versus 3, you go for each of the caps. You don't stick together like 3 ships. That's a losing strategy, definitely. You just simply shouldn't do it. And it happens in so many of these smaller battles here. Like, people panic and they run to the nearest ship for, I don't know, comfort or whatever. But you shouldn't. Like, you don't do that in 9 versus 9 battles either. And you're only 3 ships, so it's even more important to get those nice broadsides like you saw before. See how we have this Izumo here caught between 2 battleships? He cannot angle to both of us, and here I was sure I had him. But somehow, I don't know, my shells didn't fall short, but they landed in the water before the hull, and I was like, what? Really? Because I aimed above the waterline by a few pixels, and the ships are actually moving closer together. So if you ask me, then the shells should definitely hit the hull. Like, I don't care they don't citadel or pin or whatever. But hitting the water first, I find that very suspicious. So anyway, the Izumo is out of the picture now, and as you saw, myself and this other battleship here, we caught him in a triangle, and there was pretty much no escape for that guy. So in the meantime, over at sea, you can see that division, they're moving in, because we're down to about 5 minutes. So if they don't make a move now, and they probably should have made a move 5 minutes ago, if you ask me, because we are so far ahead on tickets now, and there is no way they can sink the 4 of us, just the 2 of them, in the remaining 5.5 minutes here. So the battle is won, and we did lose Des Moines there. That's okay. Like I said, doesn't really matter too much, because getting rid of the 2 battleships down here, it's going to be pretty hard. So now I'm going to put some distance between myself and the other battleship, so we can get a little bit of an angle going here again. And I think the reason the division waited to move in here is like the usual division tactic. You sit back and wait until, half the red team is gone, and then you move in with your 2 or 3 ships and just mob up the leftovers. But that didn't happen in this battle here. They are pretty much outnumbered now, and the Minotaur is down to like a few % of hit points. And the battleship hasn't even been spotted yet, so not really sure where he is. But we're going to move in a little bit, not too close. I don't want to move in within torpedo range of the Minotaur. That's my main no-no here in this battle, Guess, sure, they can take the C cap. That's okay. We are 500 points ahead, so it doesn't matter at all. And they could even grab the B cap, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. Once they started to perhaps grab the A cap, if there was about 2 minutes left, I'd probably try to reset them. But as it is now, I don't actually really have to move in here. But I kind of want to shoot at these guys. It would also make for a pretty boring video if I just, turned around and ran away now. Which, I know, we totally could. Nothing would be stopping us because we would be winning anyway. But I kinda... my stance on divisions mixed up with solo players. So I never let go of an opportunity to wipe out divisions. And nothing personal, but it's just my way of protesting against this very unfair mix-up of, divisions and solo players in the same game mode. So the Minotaur is staying unspotted, and that's probably the right move, because just one shell would remove him from the game. And the Conqueror is too far away to spot now, so they both, lose spot of us. But it doesn't really matter, so we're just going to keep annoying the Conqueror there. He's starting to turn away. And obviously the Minotaur is over here behind the mountain, so as soon as the Conqueror is gone, unless he actually comes out, he won't be able to spot. And this is here, I'm making up the mind that, okay, once the Conqueror is gone, we're just going to turn around, because there is no point taking on this Minotaur here, in the middle of all these islands here, because I don't know exactly where he is, and I've lost the other battleship now. So the wise thing here is to turn around now, because chances are I would be able to take him out, but I could also be unlucky and eat, a whole broadside of torpedoes, because I'm not entirely sure where he is. He could, come blasting around the corner here in a minute, and I'm spotted now, so he's not far away. So that's why we say, okay, we got our high caliber, and we've done our, good deed in this game here, so we'll just turn around, and there are the torpedoes. And good thing I turned. So all I have to do now is just move away from the Minotaur, keep my guns pointing in the Minotaur's direction, and there he is. He just goes spotted for a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't really get a shot at him, but we give it a shot anyway, so to speak. But like I said, all I have to do is just move away now, keep my guns trained on where I believe he is, and he won't be able to reach me with torpedoes. And at the same time, I can just defend the cap here. Not that I really need to, because we are 60 points from victory, so it's not really that much of a problem anymore. He won't even make it to the B cap. So all I have to do now is just not get torped, which is fairly easy. I just have to sail away from this Widowmaker Scylla here. And that's pretty much it. So he is in there, he knows where I am. I am spotted, but he's clever, he's not opening fire, because he knows I'm almost at full health. And I'm angled towards him, and he only has AP, and he's outside torpedo range. There's pretty much nothing he can do. So if he opens fire, I will just return fire, because he will be spotted for 20 seconds. And chances are that I will take him out, because he has very little hit points left. So we are almost at 1,000 points now, and time is running out. And that's another 5 versus 5 down here. And I love these smaller battles here. It's one of the best things about Legends, and unfortunately I don't get enough of them, which is a shame, but when I do, I really, really enjoy them. So there we go. 2 players at almost 3,000 XP, actually almost 3 players at 3,000 XP. That's quite rare, especially in such a small battle.